Hello everyone. So in this video I'm going to explain how to identify angles formed by two parallel lines and a transversal. So let's get started. So first thing, we need two parallel lines. So that's my first line. Second one, let's say it's here. So I have two parallel lines and this line is called a transversal. So if you look at the definition, a line that cuts across two or more lines. Okay, so usually they're parallel lines, so that's a transversal. Okay, so first we're gonna mark all the angles. Okay, so we're gonna name the angles as, let's say this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So two angles and a transversal, you're gonna have 8 angles. All right, so first we're going to find supplementary angles. So what are supplementary angles? Two angles are supplementary when they are add up to 180 degrees. Okay, notice that together they make a straight angle. So straight angle means 180 degrees. So now we're going to see the supplementary angles here. Remember, the two angles should add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so now let's cover everything except 1 and 2. Okay, so now you can see the same situation. Okay, so supplementary angle, if you look at here, you'll see you're gonna have some similar situation. This is angle 1 and this one is angle 2, and they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so that means 1 and 2 are supplementary angles. All right, so there are more supplementary angles if you look carefully. Now if I cover everything else and keep 3 and 4, now again you'll see the same situation. So we have angle 3 and 4, and you can see they also add up to 180 degrees. So that means 3 and 4 are also supplementary angles. All right, now if you cover this side and also this side, you'll see that 2 and 4, they're also on a straight line. Okay, so that means 2 and 4 are also 180 degrees, and also you have 1 and 3, that is, they are also supplementary. Okay, same for the angles at the bottom. So here again, if you cover this and cover 7 and 8, you'll see 5 and 6, they're also supplementary. Okay, 7 and 8 are also supplementary, 6 and 8 are also supplementary, 5 and 7 are also supplementary. Okay, so once again, supplementary, two angles are supplementary when they add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so one type is done, that is supplementary. So next we're gonna look at corresponding angles. Very important. So before we start corresponding angles, people always get confused how to find corresponding angles. So we're gonna mark the position of these angles. So if we look at angle 1, where is the position? It is above the parallel line and left of the line. So we're gonna mark it as AL. Okay, so above and left. This one is above but right of the line, so we're going to mark it as AR. 3 is below the line and left of the line, so we're going to mark it as BL. This is going to be BR. Alright, so the top part is done. Same for the bottom part. So 5 on 5, if you look at 5, that is above the line and left of the line, so we're going to mark it as AL. This is going to be AR, you can guess. This is going to be BL. This is going to be BR. Okay, all the angles are marked. So now let's look at the definition of corresponding angles. So two angles on the same side of the transversal. So two angles, so the same side, so forget about this 4, right? So let's cover there's 4 angles. Okay, so we have these 4 angles. So it says, if you look at here again, two angles on the same side of the transversal that occupy corresponding position, one interior and one exterior. Okay, so same positions. If you look at AL, that is above and left, this is also AL. That means this is also occupying the same position. Exterior, remember all the angles that outside the parallel lines are called exterior angles. So if you look at here, you can see we have exterior angles 1 and 2, and also we have exterior angle 7 and 8, so they are also exterior. So all the angle outside the two parallel lines are exterior angles. Angles that are inside the two parallel lines are called the interior. Okay, so you can see angle 2 and 6, 1 and 5, 3 and 7, and 4 and 8, they're all corresponding angle. So as I said, one needs to be exterior and one needs to be interior. So same side first of all, okay, and then the next criteria we have is one needs to be interior. So we can see this one is exterior and angle 5 is interior. So AL, this is AL, this is also AL, they are equal. So we can write angle 1 is equal angle 5. Okay, so that's what we can write. Also we have angle 2 and 6. So if you see 2, that is an exterior, 6 is interior, and both are AR. Okay, so you can see they are AR, 2 and 6. So 2 and 6, they're also equal. Remember, they are corresponding angles. Okay, we have more. So BL, that is 3, and BL is also 7. So that means 3 and 7 are equal. What else? We have 4 and 8. Okay, so angle 4 is equal to angle 8. Oops. All right, so these are all corresponding angles, and make sure you know that they are equal. Okay, all right, so corresponding angles are done. Next we have consecutive angles. What are consecutive angles? So first look at the definition. Okay, so let's move it here. So now you can see the definition. So two angles in between the lines, both on the same side of the transversal. Okay, so let's make this case first. So both angles need to be between the lines. Okay, so between the lines we can see we have only 4 angles, right? It's 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, both are on the same side. So 3 and 5, you can see they're on the same side. Okay, and they're between the lines. So 3 and 5 are consecutive angles. Okay, and if you look at 4 and 6, they're also in between the lines and also on the same side. So 4 and 6 are also consecutive angles. Okay, one more thing you need to know, that consecutive angles are also supplementary angles. How do I know that? So for example, let's say angle 1, let's say angle 1 is I don't know, but let's say this is 110 degrees. Okay, so that means since 1 and 2 are supplementary angles, this must be 70, because these two angles should add up to 180, right? Also we know that these two angles are supplementary. That means this angle must be 110, this 3 must be 70, right? Okay, and now let's look at here. Okay, if this is AL and this is AL, that means this angle must be 110 degrees. So 6 must be 70 degrees. If 6 is 70, 8 must be 110. If this is 110, this must be 70. Okay, now if you look at 3 and 5, and we know that they're consecutive angles, right? 3 and 5, and if you look at 3 and 5, you'll see that 3 and 5 add up to 180 degrees. So consecutive angles are also supplementary. Same for 4 and 6, 110 and 70, so 180 degrees. Okay, so that was consecutive interior angles, so in between the lines. So we also have consecutive exterior angles, so two angles that lie outside the line. So now we have to look at the angles outside. Okay, so let's cover the angle that are inside. Okay, so we can see we have angles 1, 2, 7 and 8, right? So 1 and 7, they're on the same side and both are exterior, they're outside the line. And you can see 1 and 7, if you add them, that'll be 180 degrees. Okay, so that means they are consecutive exterior angles. Okay, and same case for 2 and 8. You can see 2 is 70 and 8 is 110, and they will add up to 180 degrees. Okay, so that's all about consecutive angles. So there are two types: consecutive interior and consecutive exterior. Okay, so what else we have? Next we have vertical angles. I think you already know about vertical angles, but let's just recap. So are the angles opposite each other when two lines cross. Okay, so this one is pretty straightforward. So if we cover everything, for example, let's say we cover this, you can see this line and this lines are crossing, and that means angle 1 is equal to angle 4. So you can see both are 110 degrees. 2 and 3 are opposite angles, and you can see they are 70 degrees. Same for angle 5, 6, 7 and 8. 5 and 8, so you can see this line and this line are crossing. That means 5 and 8 are vertical angles. 6 and 7 are also vertical angles. Okay, so vertical angles are done. So you have two more angles. Okay, next we have alternate interior angles. Okay, first let's look at the definition. Angles that are formed on opposite sides of the transversal and inside the two lines are alternate interior angles. So first of all, alternate interior, first of all it says interior, so that means we can cover all the exterior angles. Okay, so let's cover all the exterior angles first. Okay, so we have 3, 4, 5 and 6. Okay, now let's look at the definition again. Formed on opposite sides of the transversal and inside the two lines. Okay, so you can see 3 and 6, they are on the opposite sides of the transversal. Okay, and they're inside the two lines. So that means angle 3 and 6 are alternate interior angles. So 3 and 6. Same for 4 and 5. Okay, so 4 and 5, and you can see 4 and 5 both are 110 degrees. 3 and 6 70 degrees. So we can say that angle 3 is equal angle 6 and angle 4 is equal angle 5. So that's alternate interior angles. Alright, so we have the last one, that is alternate exterior angles. So now forget about the interior angles. So we have all the exterior angles. So we have 1, 2, 7 and 8. So what's the definition of alternate interior angles? You can say angles that are formed on opposite sides of the transversal and outside the two lines. So if you look at carefully, angle 1, so angle 1 is here, other one must be on the other side, so that is angle 8. Okay, and also so angle 1 must be equal to angle 8. Okay, then also we have 2 and 8. So let's mark 2 and 7. So there are alternate exterior angles. So these are all the angles we need to know. So when two lines are crossed by a transversal, we have alternate exterior angles, alternate interior angles, we have vertical angles, we have consecutive angles, corresponding angles, and last we have supplementary angles. Alright, so that's all you need to know about the angles formed by two parallel lines and transversal. Alright, thanks for watching.